Okay, welcome to Banter City. This is your buddy Ash, and today I'm with a very special guest. He's not a human, he's not a mortal human, he shines in the sky every day. Welcome, Sangad.
Oh, thank you so much, Ashwin. Such a wonderful introduction. My God, I'm a big fan of your channel. I hope that one day your channel crosses 1 million subscribers and more. Man, it's so great to be with you. We have a lot of conversations, like in various groups, but right now I'm like finally over here talking to you. Like shooting the breeze. It's like so good. The weather is awesome.
So much. I think that's the most energetic response guest has ever given me, and thank you for the wish that my channel goes to 1 million.
1 million, yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. I mean, I don't have words to describe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So firstly, let me introduce myself. So my name is Socio-Economic, which is an anonymous name, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So I stay in Pune. I work as a consultant over here.
Okay.
And so the topic, the financial, the socio-economic, financial struggles of a millennial.
Yes.
So I've been myself born in I would say the middle part of 95. So so I can call myself a millennial.
Okay.
Since I'm a 90s kid. And so what do we face? Like, what I personally feel is that, my God, there are so many myths of being a millennial. First of all, there's a myth of that like millennials are lazy. Millennials, they don't do work. Millennials spend so much time at the cafes.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many myths, and now we have to do right now
Mm-hmm.
to dismantle all those myths.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Because most of these myths, whom they are coming from? They come from the baby boomers. Baby boomers are what? Those who are born in the 60s, the 50s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they don't understand that in their life, everything was so cheaper. Buying a house, buying a car, buying any sort of investment, it was cheaper for them. But for us right now, everything is so goddamn expensive. What do we do?
Yeah.
What do? We compensate. Compensate how? We go to cafe coffee day for having an expensive cup of coffee. So what? We have to live, man.
Yeah.
We have to fucking live.
Yeah, that's a great point. So, guys, just a gentle reminder on, just a gentle note on what we're discussing today. So today we're talking about the socio-economic struggles of a millennial.
Yeah.
That is any person who's born after the 1980s, I believe. And both me and Sangad are 90s kids, so we'll have a lot of common opinions on many topics, but we're gonna sort out whatever differences we also have. Okay, so Sangad started out by saying that millennials are branded as lazy and also
Entitled.
yeah.
Entitled is a big word.
Entitled is a big word, but I do agree that the fact that we do, spend time in cafes and this and that, but there's one more thing that is kind of adding to it. It is the illusion of presenting as if I have a lifestyle.
Exactly.
Lifestyle obsession is what is the plague of the millennials. Before before the millennial generation, the generation X did not do so much of. They had great lives. I do agree that they did not have as much of technology, but their lives was so amazing. I mean, it was simple, and yes, without technology, definitely there's a lot of pitfalls, but a simpler life implies a peaceful life, and also there was not so much competition. So because of this, there was mental ease, and the way they could administer their lives, even with less stuff, without being pushed by the society to, there was not too much social stigma around lifestyle. But as of now, millennials are struggling to find a balance between maintaining a good lifestyle and finding inner peace. What's your thoughts?
Inner peace, yeah, that's a big word, inner peace.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you know the Maslow's hierarchy, the the absolute base is the psychological need, and then slowly it moves forward, like
Yes.
self and belonging, and then afterwards it is like self-actualization, right?
Right. That's
So
a problem.
for our generation, it is mostly love and belonging and the physiological need, like having the proper food, water, shelter, and so on.
Yeah.
And for that, millennials have to work so hard. Like unpaid internship, this wasn't even a thing during the age of the baby boomer generation even in Generation X. Unpaid interns was never a thing altogether.
Yeah.
Because there is so much of supply. There is so much of supply that the demand is less. The demand is less, and hence, because of the surplus, the entire labor economy is going into a gig economy. Now, what is a gig economy? A gig economy is like a musical gig, one-time performance, one-time show.
Oh.
So we are being used as temporary workers. There is also a jargon in the MBA which is VUCA. VUCA. V is volatile, U is uncertainty, C is something I've forgotten. Yes, C is complex.
Okay.
And then A is ambiguity.
Okay.
So we are living.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are living in an extremely volatile, uncertain, complex, and a very ambiguous world. And for us millennials to channelize ourselves and to reorient ourselves with the changing socio-economic things, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
And then hence, as you said, the second point, peace. We're hardly having it. You see the social media, everywhere we have to look good, we have to have six packs, the girls have to have all those, have good clothes, make TikTok, be those TikTok superstars. Like, my God, there is so much pressure just to be with ourselves. We are having selfies, but then we are not going towards self-actualization.
Yeah.
It's like we are stuck within that self and belonging. Like, do we belong to the system? Do we belong to any group? Do we belong to anywhere? And hence, this inner peace is what we're missing out. We need to have a sort of an off time, just to unplug ourselves.
Yeah, actually, and we also get much easier access to knowledge, and that is one of the major advantages.
That's a very positive thing. Very positive.
Yes, because previously in the old times, when our parents, when our teachers, when all our elders were kids, they did not have so much easy access to things like meditation. Back then, our grandfathers had to visit different gurus, sit them at their feet, do what they're told to. There was a lot of hassle, but nowadays everything is much easier. You just go to YouTube and type the guided meditation, and then you can relax yourself. So the cure is also easy, and disease is also easy. So it's really because
the balance is what you find out.
Yeah, that is the challenge, because since everything comes easy, nothing really is holding on for too long. People are oscillating between extremes, and that is creating a mental friction.
Exactly. One of the other things, as you said, the information overload which is coming. It is like right information is there, like a guided meditation is there. But then on the other end, there are also new videos coming from Nicki Minaj, coming from any kind of TikTok superstar. So who do you go to? Do you go to the guided meditation, or do you go to those exciting videos of them? So that is basically a kind of dilemma between the devil and the deep sea. Where to go to?
Yes, and if people don't keep up with some minimum level to what everybody else is doing, then they get isolated, and it acts as a kind of stressing factor for them. And the ones who get isolated, the ones who are not in touch with the trend, whatever is trending, are kind of outlaws and have trouble socializing, finding friends, and finding partners. It all comes to really striking a balance between normality and
Normality.
Yeah, I mean, you have to keep a balance between being normal and also you have to make sure that you're not moving too much away from the crowd. It's like keeping on with the crowd but being yourself. That's what seems to be the mantra of this age.
I think that one of the books which I read recently, that Thich Nhat Hanh, the
Yeah.
art of mindfulness.
Uh-huh.
So in that book it says that whatever you're doing, just be very mindful of the world. Like even if you're searching for something, have that mindset. Okay, I'm going to search for this, I'm going to search for that, and I'm not going to be overwhelmed by the information overload since I'm focused in searching one or two things. And then I'm getting back to myself, and then I'm trying to do things mindfully, whether it's eating, whether it's cleaning, and so on and so forth. Basically, the moot point of the conversation is that we can have something to center upon. What we're doing, we are extricating so much of ourselves, here, there, and so, and anywhere. We are not having that time to be at center. And I believe like right now, today is the age of anxiety. Today is the age of depression.
Yeah.
Everything is there, but still all these problems are coming up, and we are the worst sufferers. We are the worst sufferers. The number of suicide rate you see, the number of these, it's huge. Unemployment, as you know, the worst case of unemployment is going on in India right now.
I'm sorry, the worst case of?
The worst case of unemployment.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
I get, for example, I can say of mine, right? I get a salary of say around 50K, right?
Okay.
But then the rent itself is around 15K. So, and then your food expenses, and then the subscriptions that I have, Netflix, YouTube, so on and so forth. You hardly save around how much? 5, 2, and then what? He says, if you got a loan of say, suppose you've done an MBA, the loan is there 10 to 15K.
Yeah.
So what do you save? Nothing. It's peanuts. Then you have to ask your dad, and then your parents say, okay, you have not succeeded very life. Society will say you are not succeeded in life. Well, I have succeeded. I am in one of the 10%, but that is not enough still. The inflation rates are so much. That is not enough still. And that is where most of these issues, like sadness, depression, anxiety, and that is why we go to the social media sites, the TikToks and YouTube, just to forget the reality, just to forget all of the real stuff which is happening, and just compensate. Because you see, most of our fathers or of our grandfathers, they were settled at our ages. They had a car. They might have even bought a home.
Yeah, actually they all bought homes and now the homes are hitting the sky. The prices. And everybody has to take a loan to get a home, so it's so tough.
Get a home, and loans are trash. Like you buy a 25 lakh home, at the end you have to pay 50 lakhs.
Yeah.
Because of the immense interest rates at the end. Secondly, if you've seen the entire automaker industry, the slum, nobody's willing to buy cars. Why? Number one, obviously, all these things, economic factors. But secondly, one good thing that we millennials think is of the environment. We want to buy electric cars. Why don't you make cheap electric cars?
Yes.
Why?
I agree that the point about electric cars that you're making. So electric cars have just started entering Indian markets, and things are started to look good, I believe, because the auto industry is down now. Even the sales of major companies like Maruti, Tata, everybody is facing a loss, and the stocks are all hit the all-time lows, and yes, we've got the cloud has come up for electric cars, and also there is something else I want to point out about millennials. That is this consumerism, this aggressive consumerism that millennials have aggrandized. So what's happening is, so suppose the family has say 5 people, and suppose they have one vehicle, and then in the end what happens is everybody wants to buy his own private vehicle. So what happens is, if provided they are rich and all set, so everybody gets their own private vehicles, there is not much parking space, there is pollution, the roads are all clogged up, and if you walk around Mumbai, you'll know, you won't be able to, even the roads have been,
exactly.
30-40% of the roads are filled with parking spaces, so it's ridiculous.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
so,
I, for example, stay at a place nearby. Like I stay in Pune, which is a neighboring state of Mumbai itself. So once I go to any mall, it's like for a parking space, I have to like move my bike for around 10 to 15 minutes just to find one parking space for a bike, even on cars. So that's another issue altogether, and especially once the floods come in. Like right now, we had all these huge intermittent floods, right?
yeah.
So difficult to bring out your car and all, and and regarding hyper-consumerism, well, it's all a ploy by the entire marketing industry. Like whatever product you have, like even if it's not the best product, they spend millions on marketing, and that is why it has instigated this hyper-consumerism. You go to any mall, I was just checking this videos, like how do malls are like stacked up? How do the products are stacked? Like once you go to the queue, like for for the billing counter, we'll always see a lot of those quintessential products, like for example, biscuits and chocolates, very, very low price, right?
Yeah.
Which is very value for money. That's VSN segment. You will get in the right side because it has been seen that the humans have a tendency to move towards the right, to see the right, and then pick up stuff. So like that, it is called a subliminal conditioning, and like how they use all of these markers of psychology. That okay, I will buy this, I will buy that, I will buy this. This is online marketing. This is offline marketing. And now to say about online marketing, like for example Amazon.
Yeah.
That's another type of manipulation of psychology which they use, right?
Yeah.
If I buy one book, there will be so many recommendations that okay, I will buy that book, this book, this book, and then like my original book cost was 500 rupees, right? But then after buying 4 books, it's around 5,000, say 4,000.
Yeah.
It was not even my original plan to buy, but that's how marketing works.
Actually, if you've seen the movie Fight Club, where
True.
advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate, so we can buy shit we don't need.
I love the movie, man. How did you like it? Brad Pitt. Oh,
yeah.
Another level.
He killed it. There's no other role in any Hollywood movie I've loved it so much.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Really? And you know what? One of those movies, especially The Matrix, The Fight Club.
Yeah.
These are the movies any person should watch.
Yes.
To just take the red pill. I think that's the right red pill. Yeah. You need to take the red pill.
Yes, correct. Yes, people need to unplug from the existing conditioning. They don't need to completely walk aloof, but they just need to make sure that they are not getting carried away. There's a quote in the Bible which I came to know from a Beatles song. It goes kind of like this, the song lyrics. We're talking about the people who gain the world and lose your soul. So make sure that you don't end up losing your soul. Make sure that you be intact with your own sense of being, no matter what you do, no matter what you pursue. Just like Thich Nhat Hanh says, mindfulness is important. It's kind of like a skin, just like your body has a skin that prevents mosquitoes from attacking you directly. In the same way, your mind needs a mindfulness protection to prevent itself from being
attacked by all this.
Yes.
Hyper-consumerist culture, psychology, conditioning, and so on.
Yes.
Another thing I wanted to tell you that these may be like the many reasons. Have you heard this from anti-natalist? Not anti-natalist, child-free by choice.
Yes.
I myself a child-free by choice proponent.
Yeah.
Why so? By the way, just for the viewers, there is a difference between anti-natalism and child-free by choice. Anti-natalism is a philosophy which says that it is morally wrong to procreate, right?
Yeah.
And child-free by choice is not a philosophy, it is a personal decision of not to have children because of various reasons, like for a financial one, or and so on and so forth. But then we do not morally think it is bad to procreate. So yeah, now why child-free by choice? Because I have forecasted what will be my unborn son or daughter's education in the next 10 years. And I've checked within 2030, if you go for an MBA, if you go for a BTech, and an MBA of 20 lakhs now in 2030 will cost around 50 lakhs.
Okay, Sun God, I would like to stop you here for a quick question. So,
Please.
yes, so you're saying that MBAs will cost a lot of money in by 2050, but we're already in
Not
the...
to 2050. It's like 10 years from now, 2050.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say is that already we are seeing in the past 2 years engineering seats. The engineering people who are opting for engineering has fallen down, and also for other streams like architecture, it's increased, and we also have technology growing now. So all things getting automated, this and that. There will be a lot of layoffs in different industries, sectors. So many people are going to be ending up jobless with automation taking over, with AI getting stronger and stronger. So do you think we'll still end up, we're going to walk the same road which we walked past the 100 years, or is there going to be a significant divergence? Like if you see the developed countries like Greece and European countries especially, for example, in Greece and Germany, healthcare and education are free of cost. Everything is provided by the government. But in our country, it's it's costly, and it's not something that we've known that it could be free of cost. Right from day one, right from childhood, we've been paying for it. But once technology takes over and we become more of a developed nation, I think a lot of facilities would become much simpler to afford, don't you think?
Well, there are two ways to go about it. One way is that yes, obviously this would happen, but if we say in a very utopic fashion, then that, because Rajiv Gandhi said that in India, I'm now talking of a quote which was happened in, I think, 1990. Okay. If you spend 1 rupee in India for any development work, only 15 paisa or even less than that goes to the stakeholders. So ultimately there is a mega shift in the corruption line, right? Then only such technologies and such development can take place seamlessly. And secondly, the question which you said that what would happen if there is automation, right? I believe if there is automation, yes, probably the kind of tasks which are more routine, those tasks would be completely demolished. But in the same way, there would be a kind of need for tasks which require much more of lateral thinking, cognitive thinking, and much more of a critical awareness or analytical thinking. So any person who is trying to who's like in school right now, I believe it would be better for them to focus much more on the critical aspect of education rather than the rote learning of it. Because if you go to the rote learning route, then it would be automated. Like if you see like banking, right? I think most of the things you can find in a simple application only. Right. You don't have to go to a bank and do all this stuff. So in a similar way, you need to have that critical awareness. And then going back to your first point, health sector, this would be improved. As you know that Ray Kurzweil, he is the futurist. Ray Kurzweil said that in 2040, we would be transhuman. Like we would be like a kind of human being who would also have the advantages of being an android.
Oh.
So that would happen by 2040. Obviously, being a sort of a pessimist, I believe it will be a bit later than 2050. This would happen. And then we would be able to completely be immortal.
Yeah,
so that's another huge thing for human mankind.
Yes, immortality is something, it's going to be the ultimate summit of all our human achievements.
We want to be God, that's it.
You already
are. We want to be God. we have artists created God in our own image. You see Jesus, like Jesus Christ, or you see any God. They look like us. So we've already made gods who look like us. So this ego was always there to make ourselves look like God and to be God.
Yeah, I mean, making gods in our image was a good attempt to, it all comes to connection. If you make a human god, it's easier to connect, and it's also easier to concentrate. And there's a lot more cultural factors associated with it too, but let's not get bogged down by that.
Right.
Okay, so yes, like you've said about futurist Ray Kurzweil's predictions, and even Elon Musk is into a lot of such stuff. He's planning to put electrode. Yes, that's right, electrode in the brain and manipulate something. I read about that a long time ago. I forgot. I don't remember now. Okay. If you remember something about Neuralink, you can elaborate.
Neuralink is basically reading your brain. It is like putting your brain on a pen drive. So even if you die, your entire consciousness is on a pen drive.
Okay.
Now what? So your body will be just asleep, like you change your shirt. So your body, you will just change it to another body.
Okay.
But your consciousness, your memories will be put in a pen drive. So it will be just plug and play, like we're doing now.
Oh.
The entire human consciousness will be mapped in a single pen drive. That is the entire, the end goal of Elon Musk's Neuralink.
Okay.
Get the entire human consciousness in the pen drive.
Yes, I got it. So there's this movie called Vanilla Sky, I think.
Oh, Vanilla Sky. I haven't seen the movie.
Okay. It's basically the same concept. So we have Tom Cruise in it. Do watch it. It's fun.
I'll see it.
Okay. I think we've talked about a lot of things the millennial faces. So the major advantage, the major boon the millennial has is freedom in his hands. So what this freedom is doing is, previously we all had predefined roles. So for example, if I'm an engineer, I would only do engineering and I would do my job and I would just come home. People wouldn't do multiple things. Now I'm doing podcasting because I like to do. And so it's like we've all got these superpowers, and with these superpowers there's also responsibility, and along with it comes anxiety to be more than what you are. And when you're not good enough, you feel depressed. So remember, it's all about accepting what you are, focusing on your strengths, working on it, not to fall back. Even if you fall back, hold on, because success is just
around the corner.
That's right. And you can turn things around if you keep trying. And it's also important to not beat yourself up, because with everybody posting so many things on social media about how perfect their lives are, it's all just a facade. It's just an appearance. Behind every good achievement, there is a lot of hard work, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of tears, there's a lot of sweat. So you need to make sure that you don't get swayed by such things. So Sun God, before we close off, do you have any final thoughts for our millennial listeners?
One final thought, one thing I would say that you have got one life, don't waste it. That's it.
Okay, because wasting means different things to different people. What constitutes a meaningful life, and how do you, just some primer so that we can all get started?
My thing is that whatever potential you have, whatever God has given you, or if you're not a believer of God, whatever innate talents you have, if you can just fulfill and self-actualize that potential, which whatever you have, because everyone cannot be an engineer, everyone cannot be a farmer, everyone cannot be. We have all been brought up to do something, some purpose in this life. And if we all have the capacity to self-actualize that potential, I believe it is a life worth living. We will have that passion. We will not be bogged down. We will have that drive to actually succeed well in life.
Yeah.
So that actualizing of potential, that is what I want to focus on. That is my message to all the millennials. Just actualize whoever you are.
Yes. All right, perfect. Sun God, thank you for joining me. This was an amazing conversation. Usually I just ask questions to people, but today you've given me a conversation, so I love the
Thank you so much, Ashwin.
It was fun talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Sun God. And for all you guys listening, subscribe to Banter City. Until next time, we'll get a different guest, and for such much more thought-provoking conversations. Good night, people. Bye-bye.
Peace out. Bye.